Space is full of mysteries, but some facts are so bizarre they sound made up. We look up at the night sky, a vast dark canvas sprinkled with twinkling lights, and we think we have a sense of it. But the universe is a trickster, a cosmic magician with sleeves full of wonders that defy our everyday logic. It's a place where the rules of Earth don't apply, where the scale of things, both in size and time, stretches our minds to their very limits. The truths hidden in the cosmos are often stranger than any science fiction story you could ever imagine. They challenge our perception of reality and remind us just how much we still have to learn. So today, we're going on a journey to the edge of understanding where we'll peel back the curtain on some of the most astonishing, counterintuitive and frankly, weird realities of our universe. These aren't theories or hypotheses, these are established, verified facts that astronomers and physicists have uncovered. They're the kinds of facts that make you pause, tilt your head and say, "Wait, really?" We're going to explore phenomena that will reshape your cosmic perspective and leave you in awe of the sheer strangeness of it all. Forget what you think you know, prepare to have your mind stretched, twisted, and ultimately expanded. We've compiled a list of 10 cosmic truths that sound like they were pulled from a fantasy novel, but are as real as the ground beneath your feet, or perhaps the vacuum above your head. From spinning stars to diamond planets, we're about to dive deep into the cosmic rabbit hole. Get ready to have your mind blown by the weirdest truths about our universe. Let's start with something that spins. I don't mean a spinning top or a kitchen blender. I'm talking about the collapsed core of a massive supergiant star. We call them neutron stars. Now, when these behemoths collapse, they conserve their angular momentum, which means they spin up a lot. Think of an ice skater pulling their arms in to spin faster, but on a cosmic scale of unimaginable power. Some of these neutron stars, specifically pulsars, can rotate at incredible speeds. I'm talking about 600 times every single second. To put that into perspective, the blades on a helicopter rotate maybe 5 to 10 times a second. A high-performance car engine might redline at a few hundred rotations per second. This cosmic remnant, an object with more mass than our sun crushed into a sphere the size of a city, is rotating at a velocity that would tear any normal material to shreds. Its surface is moving at a significant fraction of the speed of light. It's not just fast, it's a fundamental demonstration of physics pushed to its absolute extreme. A cosmic lighthouse flashing its beam across the galaxy hundreds of times before you can even blink. We've all heard the phrase, "In space, no one can hear you scream." It's a classic line based on a solid principle. Space is a vacuum, and sound waves need a medium, like air or water, to travel. Without particles to vibrate, there's no sound. Simple enough, right? Well, the universe, as usual, is a bit more complicated and a lot more interesting than that. While much of space is a near-perfect vacuum, it's not completely empty. There are regions, like the vast clusters of galaxies, filled with incredibly hot, thin gas. This gas, this plasma, can act as a medium. In places like the Perseus galaxy cluster, astronomers have detected actual sound waves, pressure waves rippling through the intra-cluster medium. They're not just any sound waves either. They've detected a B-flat, but it's about 57 octaves below middle C. This is a frequency so low, so deep that it would take quadrillions of years to hear one oscillation. So while you can't hear it with your ears, the sound is there. The cosmos has its own soundtrack. A deep, resonant hum that has been playing out across the eons, a testament to the immense and violent events shaping our universe. People on Earth go to great lengths for diamonds. They're a symbol of wealth, of permanence. Now I want you to imagine a planet where diamonds aren't just found in mines, but might make up a significant portion of the entire world. Meet 55 Cancri e, a super-Earth orbiting a star in our galactic neighborhood about 40 light-years away. This planet is twice the size of Earth and about 8 times as massive. And based on its density and the composition of its host star, scientists have a fascinating hypothesis about its makeup. They believe this planet is incredibly carbon-rich. Under the immense pressure and heat of its interior, that carbon would be squeezed into diamond. We're not talking about a scattering of gems. We're talking about a world with a potential surface or mantle made of graphite and a thick, global layer of pure diamond. The value of such an object would be astronomical, literally, something like $26.9 nonillion, a number so large it's practically meaningless. It's a treasure chest the size of a planet, a glittering cosmic oddity that reminds us that the building blocks of the universe can assemble themselves in the most unexpected and spectacular ways. Let's return to our friend, the neutron star. We've talked about how fast they spin, but their density is even more mind-bending. When a massive star collapses, its protons and electrons are crushed together to form neutrons, squeezing all that mass into an impossibly small volume. The matter in a neutron star is the densest observable matter in the universe, short of a black hole's singularity. To give you a sense of this, let's imagine we could scoop up a piece of it. If you took a teaspoon, just a regular spoonful of neutron star matter, what do you think it would weigh? A few pounds? A ton? Not even close. That single spoonful would weigh roughly 1 billion tons. Let me say that again, 1 billion tons. That's the weight of about 900,000 cars, or the entire human population several times over. It's more than the weight of Mount Everest, all concentrated into a volume smaller than a sugar cube. If you were to place that spoonful on Earth's surface, it would plummet through the crust, the mantle, and the core, as if they were nothing more than mist. It's a level of density that utterly breaks our intuition. When you think of clouds in space, you probably picture nebulae, beautiful swirling collections of dust and gas where stars are born. But what kind of gas? Mostly hydrogen and helium, of course. But the universe is also a surprisingly competent chemist. Near the center of our Milky Way galaxy, there's a giant molecular cloud called Sagittarius B2. And this cloud contains some very interesting molecules, including, believe it or not, vast quantities of alcohol. We're talking about ethyl alcohol, the same kind found in beer and wine, as well as its simpler cousin, methyl alcohol. Now, before you get any ideas about a cosmic pub crawl, this isn't exactly drinkable. The cloud is a diffuse, frigid mix of dozens of different molecules, but the sheer quantity is staggering. Scientists estimate there's enough alcohol in Sagittarius B2 to fill 400 trillion pints of beer. That's a 4 followed by 26 zeros. It's a colossal interstellar cocktail, a reminder that the same organic molecules we find on Earth are being cooked up on a galactic scale, floating through the cosmos for billions of years. In our solar system, there's a certain rhythm, a cosmic dance. The planets orbit the sun, and most of them spin on their axis in the same direction, counterclockwise if you're looking down from above the sun's north pole. We call this prograde rotation, but there's always an oddball in the family. In this case, it's Venus. Venus spins the wrong way. It has a retrograde rotation, meaning it spins clockwise. Nobody is entirely sure why. Perhaps it was struck by a massive object early in its history, reversing its spin. This backward and incredibly slow rotation leads to a truly bizarre situation. A single day on Venus, the time it takes for the planet to complete one full rotation on its axis, is 243 Earth days long. But the time it takes Venus to complete one orbit around the sun, its year, is only about 225 Earth days. Yes, you heard that right. A day on Venus is longer than its year. Imagine celebrating your birthday before a single day has even passed. It's a planetary paradox, a world where the sun rises in the west and sets in the east, and where the calendar is completely out of sync with the clock. On Earth, we are rightly impressed by our planet's towering peaks. Mount Everest stands as the ultimate challenge for climbers, stretching over 8.8 kilometers. Yeah, that's about 5.5 miles above sea level. It is just honestly a monumental piece of geology. But if you want to see a truly colossal volcano, you have to leave Earth behind and travel to our neighbor Mars. There you will find Olympus Mons, the largest known volcano in the entire solar system, and it absolutely dwarfs any mountain on Earth. Olympus Mons stands at a staggering height of nearly 22 kilometers, or about 13.6 miles tall. That's almost 2.5 times the height of Mount Everest. Its base is so wide, about 600 kilometers or 370 miles across, that if you were standing at its edge, the summit would be far beyond the horizon. The slope is so gentle you wouldn't even feel like you were on a mountain. It's a shield volcano, built up by countless lava flows over eons, able to grow so large because Mars has lower gravity and no tectonic plates to move it off its magma hotspot. It's not just a mountain, it's a planetary feature so large it defines a whole region of the planet. We just discussed Venus, where a day seems to last an eternity. Now let's swing to the other extreme and visit the king of the planets, Jupiter. This gas giant is a monster, more than twice as massive as all the other planets in our solar system combined. Its diameter is so large that you could fit 11 Earths across its equator. With all that size and mass, you might expect it to be a slow, lumbering giant. But you would be wrong. Jupiter is the fastest spinning planet in our solar system. Despite its colossal size, Jupiter completes one full rotation on its axis in just under 10 hours. That's right, a day on Jupiter is less than half a day on Earth. This rapid spin creates a powerful centrifugal force, causing the planet to bulge significantly at its equator and flatten at its poles. It also drives the planet's extreme weather, stretching storms and clouds into the iconic bands and zones we see with our telescopes. Imagine a world where sunrise to sunset happens in less than 5 hours. It's a dizzying, dynamic environment, a world spinning so fast it's constantly churning itself into a frenzy. We often look up at the Milky Way on a clear night and feel a sense of overwhelming scale. We're told there are hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy alone. The number is so vast it seems to dwarf anything on our own small planet. It's a classic way to feel humbled by the cosmos. But here's a fact that might just flip your perspective. As vast as the number of stars in our galaxy is, there are more trees on planet Earth. Let's break it down. The current best estimate for the number of stars in the Milky Way is somewhere between 100 and 400 billion. It's a huge number, but it's an estimate. Now what about trees? A 2015 study published in the journal Nature used satellite imagery and on-the-ground counts to create a comprehensive global map of forests. Their estimate for the total number of trees on Earth? A little over 3 trillion, that's 3,000 billion. So, even using the high-end estimate for stars, there are at least 7 or 8 times more trees on our planet than there are stars in our entire galaxy. It's a stunning reminder of the incredible biological richness of our own world. Here's a phenomenon that sounds like it comes straight from a superhero movie. Imagine you're an astronaut on a spacewalk. You have 2 smooth, clean pieces of the same type of metal, say 2 blocks of aluminum. If you were to touch them together here on Earth, they would just clink and remain 2 separate blocks. But if you touch them together in the vacuum of space, something amazing and potentially dangerous happens. They will permanently stick together as if they've been welded. This process is called cold welding. On Earth, even the smoothest pieces of metal have a thin, invisible layer of oxidized material on their surface, thanks to the oxygen in our atmosphere. This layer acts as a barrier, preventing the metal atoms from directly interacting. But in the vacuum of space, there is no air, no oxidation. When 2 clean pieces of metal touch, their atoms have no way of knowing they belong to separate pieces. The electron clouds of the atoms merge and they form a single, solid piece of metal. This is a major consideration for spacecraft and satellite design. You have to ensure moving parts don't accidentally weld themselves solid. From stars that spin faster than a blender to planets made of diamond and a cosmic weld that bonds metal in the void, the universe is relentlessly surprising. The facts we've explored today are more than just trivia. They are windows into the fundamental laws of physics playing out on the grandest of stages. They show us that reality is far more complex, more elegant, and frankly, more bizarre than our earthbound intuition could ever predict. The cosmos doesn't care about our sense of what's normal. It just is. And the more we learn, the more we realize the universe's capacity for wonder is truly infinite. These discoveries weren't made by accident. They are the result of human curiosity, of our unyielding drive to point our telescopes at the sky and ask, what's out there? Every strange fact is a puzzle piece, slowly helping us build a more complete picture of our place in the cosmos. It's a journey of discovery that is far from over. There are countless more mysteries waiting in the dark, more mind-bending truths to be uncovered by the next generation of explorers, scientists, and thinkers. The search for knowledge is what propels us forward, both as a species and as individuals. So, as we end our journey for today, I encourage you to carry that sense of wonder with you. The next time you look up at the night sky, remember the silent sounds, the backward planets, and the impossible densities. Remember that you are living in a universe that is constantly revealing its secrets to those who are willing to look. Which fact blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing space facts.